Hello, dear student. Today we are going to discuss the method of factorization by completing the squares. Let's start using an example. Factorize using the method of completing squares the following trinomial of second degree, x squared minus 4x plus 3. First of all, we have to complete the squares. That is, if you go back to grade 8, for example, you had the following. Suppose we have an expression like this, x squared minus 2x. What does this expression need here in order to become a perfect square? As we know, this depends on the following rule, a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, which is equal to a minus b squared. So by comparing here, we get a squared is x squared. So a is x, probably. Here we have 2x, 2ab. Okay, so 2ab is 2x. 2 is like 2. A is like x. So b is like what? We suppose 1. So 2x times 1, of course. So b is 1. So here, b is 1. That is, b squared must be 1 squared. And finally, the answer will be a here and b here. So it's x minus 1 squared. Okay. We didn't understand, of course. Maybe we take another example. Let's say we have x squared minus 10x plus. Until this situation, this is not a perfect square. It needs another term here in order to become a perfect square. Since, as we know, the perfect square, a minus b, or also it may be a plus b, come on. The expanded form of this one is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So it's made up of 3 monomials, 3 terms. Here we have 2 terms. This is the first, this is the second. What is the third term? So if we do the same as we did before here, we'll get 2ab here. This is 10x is 2ab. If x is a, then 10 is 2b. So if 10 is 2b, what is b then? We divide both sides by 2. We get 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So b is 5. But we do not add 5 here. We add 5 squared. In this case, we get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. It becomes a plus b squared, or in other words, here in our example, x plus 5 squared. In fact, we can simplify this fact like this. Let's say we have, again, x squared minus 10x. I want to complete the square of this expression. Simply, I look at the coefficient of x, which we call it b. This one, the coefficient of x. This one. Okay, we can ignore the sign. It's not a problem. Anyway, if we take this one, we divide it by 2. Divide it by 2. Divide by 2. We get what? We get 5 or minus 5. Then square the result. Because if we divide it by 2, this means we get b. But now we want b squared. Square the result. Okay. So for this reason, I said before, I can ignore the sign, because when we square, the sign becomes plus, wherever the previous sign was. So here we get 25. Now, this expression, x squared minus 2x minus 10x, needs a 25 to become a perfect square. But do we have the right to add 25? Can I add 25? يعني واحد رايح الدكان انه اشترى شغله حقها 30 بيقول له الدكان بدي 50 هيك بزيد 20 لا هون صار في change in the value of the expression so I can't add 25 and move but there's something that can we do we can add 25 and subtract 25 oh يجي واحد بيقول لي شو عملنا we added 25 and subtracted 25 this is zero yes of course so for this reason when we add 25 and subtract 25 this means we didn't change the value of the expression but we are going to change the writing of the expression look what happens now if we take the first three monomials here we get what a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. That is, here we get a trinomial of the second degree written under the form a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. It becomes a perfect square. So this becomes like this. X squared, it is x. 25, the base of 25 to the power 2 is 5. And then here we put minus. Some students asks, and now we leave this one alone. It's minus 25. Some students would ask, where's the 10x? The 10x disappears. No, it doesn't disappear. In fact, if you again develop this one, x minus 5 squared, you get x squared minus 2ab, which is 10x, plus b squared, which is 25. And here we have minus 25. So I repeat once more. If I have an expression like this, x squared minus, for example, let's say 8x. What does this need in order to become a perfect square? Pay attention, my dear. This is a grade 8 question. So now, what is the value here that we need? Simply, we can follow this procedure. First, take the coefficient of x. Say, what is the coefficient of x? It is minus 8. Divide it by 2. We get minus 4. This is b. This is b that I'm going to put it here. But in order to know what's the number here, square the result. Square the result. What do we get? Minus 4 squared, it's plus 16. So what do we need there? I need here 16. What is the factorized form of this expression? It's x minus, this is x minus the base of 16, 4. So, or here, quickly, we can put minus 4. So it is x minus 4 squared. But in our exercise here, we have to factorize this one using the method of completing square. Look, my dear, I'll take first of all x squared minus 4x plus 3. Look, I'll work first of all on the first two monomials, x squared minus 4x. I'm going to complete the squares of this one. I know that x squared minus 4x needs what? If b here, the coefficient of x is minus 4, so the coefficient is minus 4, divide it by 2, I'll get minus 2, square the result, I'll get minus 2 squared, which is plus 4. So what do I need? I need to add 4. So here I'll add 4. But as I have said before, when I add 4, I have to subtract 4 also in order to balance my work. Now we continue. X squared minus 4x plus 4. If we take only the first three monomials, what do we get? We get here a perfect square. It is x minus what? This is the number, minus 2. Okay? and we leave alone here this minus 4. But still there's something missing. Where's the plus 3? I write it plus 3 here. I have also plus 3. Now look what do we get. X minus 2 squared minus 4 plus 3. How much? Minus 4 plus 3. Do we use the calculator to know minus 4 plus 3? If we subtract them, they have distinct signs. We subtract them, you get 1, and we take the sign of the greater. So the answer is minus 1. And here we have square. Now, here we get x minus 2 squared minus 1. Do you remember the method of difference of two squares? Do you know it from grade 8? If we have a squared minus b squared, it is a minus b into a plus b. Okay, it's a minus b to a plus b. The difference of two squares, this is called difference of two squares, is equal to what? This is called the product of conjugates. So here we have x minus 2 squared minus 1 squared. So this is becomes x a minus b into a plus b. X, let's change the color. Here we get x minus 2 minus 1 into x minus 2 plus 1. Finally, we get x minus 3 into x minus 1. This is the final answer. Now, if we expand this one, we will get the same as this one. Let's take another example. Well, we want to factorize using the method of completing squares also the following: x squared minus 10x plus 21. How? Okay, so now let's continue. We have here factorize using the method of completing square, x squared plus 10x plus 21. So the first step, we look for the coefficient of x, which is 10 here. Divide this coefficient by 2. Divided by 2, we get 5. Then square this result, we get 25. So I need to add and subtract 25. Look, what do we do? X squared plus 10x. Then what? We add 25, subtract 25, and then we put the 21. Now the first three must be a perfect square. That is x plus radical 25, which is 5 squared. And here we get minus 25 plus 21, it is minus 4. Then in the second step, we change this 4 into a square. We know that the 4 is 2 squared. Now here we get a squared minus b squared. What does this mean? A plus b, a minus b into a plus b. It doesn't matter which is before the other because multiplication is commutative. Here we get x plus 3 into x plus 7. If you want to get sure, you can expand this one. You will get the same answer as above. But there is a problem. What happens if the coefficient of x is odd, that is not divisible by 2? So here you have to use fractions. This is the problem. X squared plus 7x plus 6. The problem is that 7 is not divisible by 2. So if we divide it by 2, we get 3.5 decimal, or we can keep it fraction. It is 7 over 2. Then we square the result. We get 49 over 4. So this is the number which we need. So here I'll write again the expression x squared plus 7x plus 6. Nothing changes until now. Then I'll add 49 over 4 and subtract 49 over 4. Now what do we get? Let's see. You get x squared plus 7x plus 49 over 4, which is in fact 7 over 2 square. This is the first 3, which will be later like this: x plus 7 over 2 all of it square. And still we have what? Still we have minus 49 over 4 plus 6. We can change 6 into the same denominator as the 49 over 4. It becomes 24 over 4. Then we add them, we get these two becomes minus 25 over 4. We get minus 25 over 4. If we change the 25 over 4 into square, we get 5 over 2. Now we can apply the rule of difference of squares. We get a minus b into a plus b. That is x plus 7 over 2 minus 5 over 2, x plus 7 over 2 plus 5 over 2. So the final answer is x plus 2 over 2 here, which is 1. There, x plus 12 over 2, which is 6. X plus 1 into x plus 6. Let's see another example. Here we have a problem also. What is this problem? We have 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. So, dear, you have 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. The problem here, the coefficient of x squared must be always 1. We do not accept any number other than 1. For this reason, before doing anything, we take this coefficient of x squared as a common factor. You put 2 outside and you open brackets. What happens then? Divide by, sorry. So again, I'll take 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. We take 2 as a common factor, we open bracket, and we divide all of these terms by 2. What do we get here? We get x squared plus 5 over 2x minus 7 over 2. In other words, let's again do it here. 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. We write 2 outside and we open brackets. What do we get inside? Again, 2x squared divided by 2, it's x squared. And then 5 divided by 2, it doesn't go, so we write 5 over 2, and then minus 7 over 2. Now again, we have to go to complete the squares. How do we do this? Let's see. This is equal to, وسع شوي, 2 into x squared. أول اتنين حبيباتي بنقلهم مثل ما هن. بيجي للcoefficient of x اللي هي 5 over 2. We divide it by 2. What do we mean when we divide a fraction by 2? It's like multiplying it by half. This means to multiply the denominator by 2. So when we say 5 over 2 divided by 2, it means 5 over 4. As if multiplying the denominator by 2 simply. فإذا هرجع أعيد لما أقسم أنا رقم على 2 يعني كأني عم بضرب بالدينومينيتور ب 2. If I'm dividing a number, a fraction by 7, it means multiplying the denominator by 7. So here, if we take 5 over 2 divided it by 2, we get 5 over 4. Then we square the result, we get 25 over 16. So here I need to add 25 over 16. بس لما أزيد 25 over 16 لازم مباشرة شو أعمل؟ Subtract 25 over 16. And then we copy this one, which is minus 7 over 2. Sorry, هذه نرجع لها للون الأصفر لأنه هي كانت من أصل الإكسبرشن. طيب Now what do we do? Take the first three. هو لازم يكون إذا نحن عم نشتغل صح صاروا a perfect square. وفعلا هن صاروا perfect square. هن of the form x plus 5 over 4 square. بيسألني الواحد ليش 5 over 4؟ لأن هي 5 over 4. أو إذا بدك radical ل 25 over 16 هي 5 over 4. Then بالنسبة للاثنين التانيين بنعمل common denominator and we add them. We get 56 to 25. It is 81 over 16. 81 over 16. طيب. بعدين هل 81 over 16 we have to change it into what? Into a square also. So look what do we get here. 81 is 9. خلينا نتأكد بس. 8 times 7 56. It's 81 صح. بعدين 9 over what? 4 all of it square. Now we apply the difference of two squares. We get 2 into a minus b into a plus b. This is a minus b. Another bracket now for a plus b. Well, now the answer becomes like this. 2 into 5 minus 9 is minus 4 over 4. We get minus 1. So here we get x minus 1. In the second side, we get x plus 14. 5 plus 9, 14 over 4. We can simplify. It becomes 7 over 2. طيب خلصت؟ فينا نقول خلصت. وفينا كمان if we want to simplify أو to إذا بدنا نجملها يعني أكتر لهذه الصورة. شو فينا نعمل؟ We can multiply. You know, in multiplication, if we are multiplying three numbers, let's say 2 times 3 times 4, أنا حر أضرب مين ما بدي بالأول. I can multiply 2 times 3 and the answer then by 4, or multiply 2 by 4 then the answer multiplied by 3. ليش عم بقول هيك؟ أنا هون فيني هيدا التولي برا، فيني أضربه بأول ترم، فيني أضربه بتاني ترم، بس ب one of the terms. أنا حابب أضربه بالتاني، حابب جاي على بالي. ليش؟ هات لنشوف شو بصير. The first term بضل x minus 1. The second term, if I multiply 2 by x, first I get 2x, then 2 times 7 over 2 شو بيبقى؟ بيروح 2 and 2 cancel each other, we get plus 7. So this is the final answer. X minus 1 into 2x plus 7. This is completing the squares. Another example, and this is the final example for today. We have 3x squared minus 4x minus 4. We'll do the same. Let's go. We have 3x squared minus 4x minus 4. نغير اللون. فإذا 3x squared minus 4x minus 4. What do we get here? If we take, first of all, we have to take 3 as a common factor. We don't accept a coefficient other than 1 for x squared. We divide them by 3. We get 4 over 3 here and 4 over 3 there. What is our second step? 3 into, we take the coefficient of x, يلي هي 4 over 3, divided by 2, we get 4 over 6. So if we divide it by 2, 4 over 3 divided by 2, it becomes 4 over 6. بمعنى تاني 4 over 6 يعني here we can simplify. We get 2 over 3. Then this 2 over 3, we square it. So it becomes 4 over 9. So when we square 2 over 3, we get 4 over 9. So the missing number is 4 over 9. So we write here x squared minus 4 over 3x. And now what do we have to do? We add and subtract this number. 4 over 9 minus 4 over 9. وبالآخر we still have this one minus 4 over 3. Now كيف بنكمل؟ We'll take the first three monomials, the first three ones here, these three, these must make a perfect square. It is x minus 4 over 9. The radical is 2 over 3, all of it square. And then we have to take the other two. Let's change the color. Okay, these two. Now, common denominator 3, we get 12, we get minus 16 over 9. So here we get minus 16 over 9. In the next step, we change 16 over 9 into square of what? As you see, it's 4 over 3, all of it square. And then now we apply the difference of two squares, 3 into x minus 2 over 3. This is a minus b into a plus b. We get x minus 2, okay, into x plus 2 over 3. Now, in order to make it better, we can multiply this 3 by the second term. What do we get? The first term is x minus 2, and the second term becomes 3x plus 2. This is the final answer. And thank you